Hello, today we're going to be looking at the Troxel team's Facebook marketing strategy. Angie Troxel is consistently the highest performing agent in terms of her social media statistics and data that we audit every month out of our entire brokerage. She's actually on par with a lot of the top agents on social media that are like household names, like Thea Vick and Kelly Brown, those sorts of folks. In terms of her social media marketing's actual performance, which is kind of interesting because people don't know about her. But if you want to learn a lot about social media, you should be watching the Troxel team, specifically Angie Troxel, because she cranks out a ton of good content. A couple things to note before we dig into this. I do monthly marketing coaching with Angie. So we're not going to find a lot of the common things that we talk about when we're auditing social media, because she and I have been working on them for a year plus already. But I think there's a lot of things we can learn from her strategy. The other interesting thing about Angie is that she does not do any of the hacks, so she doesn't use any automated social media service or anything like that. She comes up with all of her content herself, and she's posting pretty much every day, which is kind of insane. So props to her for that. First things first that we always need to look at to understand the context of this performance is how many people follow their page. And that is just over 1,000. We're going to round down to 1,000 because it'll make our math easier. Remember the way that we analyze Facebook post reach so that it's in context of the audience size of a Facebook page is by calculating the reach rate, which is just dividing the post's reach by the number of page followers. That gives you a percentage that you can compare across different social media pages, regardless of the size of your actual audience. It gives you an idea of how engaged your audience is and how well your content is matching the audience's desires, and otherwise just feeding the pig that is Facebook's algorithm. All right, so let's scroll through some of these posts here. I'm going to zoom it in a little bit so it's easier to see. So we're focusing on these posts here. So this is I like to actually use this view when I'm doing specific post analysis, because you can see the content better. You can go to insights and posts if you want to see a really short summary. So here's something she posted just a little while ago. Just a super quick little video of an actual moment with a client. Absolutely phenomenal content. About 200 people saw that. So out of 1,000 followers, the simple math there, about 20% reach rate, a little less than a 20% reach rate. Remember, the average reach rate for Facebook posts is between 8 and 15%, somewhere in there. Most agents will fall as their average. One opportunity I do see here, obviously, this is something I tend to hound people about. At tagging your customers in your posts gives you a big free boost, because then that post will find its way into that person's friends' news feeds because you tag them in there. Almost no one does this, and actually it's funny because in this video post, I failed to successfully tag Angie Troxel, but it's actually because I found out she doesn't like our Facebook page. I don't know how. I'll send her an email after this and make sure she likes it. But so your client will have to like your Facebook page before you can tag them. But what better reason to get them to like your Facebook page? You want to stay in touch with them. You definitely want them to be in your monthly giveaways as a thank you. So I would make sure you have all your clients you're working with right now like your Facebook page. They're going to want to see your content anyways, even while they're working with you. So that would be one more opportunity here. But otherwise, this is great content. Got some engagements. Engagements on videos are tricky because anything more than watching the video for 3 seconds or more is considered an engagement on a video, even though that's not a super high quality actual interaction. So you got to be a little careful when you're analyzing that. This is a cool house for sale. We actually used this as one of our cool house posts a few months ago. Super neat little modern looking house. Business activity posts. Once again, you could have tagged Igor and Sveta on this. But I love the fact that you took a bunch of different pictures. You got the cute kid in there with a little hat on. Remember, posts with 4 images tend to perform better than posts with less or more. This one reached 1,000 people. That's insane. So that's almost 100% reach rate, right? Whenever you see your posts that go micro viral, posts that have statistically way more than your average reach. It's almost always because it was shared. So she shared this to her personal page. Angie's really good at actually taking her best content and sharing it to her personal page. It's another great way to get free, easy boosts on your posts. Share them to your personal page. Here's a nice listing post that they did. 4 very attractive photos that engage the reader. I mean, I personally, just looking at this, she did a good job here because these photos are, I like want to look closer at them, right? Like I want to dig in, but you can't see them when they're small. So you actually have to click them, to expand them so you can actually engage with this content the way that you would normally want to. So I think that's a perfect, type of content to select for those photos in the order too, that makes Facebook put them in this little grid. Once again, 1,200 reach. That's like over 100% reach rate. 373 people engaged. You can see there's 2 comments and 3 shares, but a lot of those engagements are going to be photo clicks. That's part of this 4-photo hack in posts. People click on the photos to expand them, and that counts as engagement, and then Facebook loves it. They think your content is popular because it is, and then they start to push it out to more people. But what we have to think for this 1,200 reach on this post is these 3 shares. So it looks like Angie shared that to herself, to her own personal page. It looks potentially like another business page shared it, and then someone named Kim, maybe the owner, I'm not sure, shared it. But man, shares are just a great way to get a lot of free boost on your post. A lot of times you could pay to boost a post on Facebook. A lot of times when you do that, it's actually going to get seen by a whole bunch of randos as opposed to your actual sphere audience. So it's better to do shares because you're going to have a higher chance that you're going to stick within your actual sphere audience rather than having, like some guy that lives 2 cities away randomly you see it in his Facebook feed, which is what boosting posts does. Great little business highlight. These 2 folks, once again, the @ tag would have been phenomenal on there. That would have helped this post reach quite a bit more. You're a little under 20% reach rate there, but could have gotten a lot more with a share. But 200 people saw this one, so it's average. We are seeing this type of post where it's just a link to an article start to trend down pretty significantly. Here's a nice little engagement post, 2 different images. She asks for your opinion on light versus dark exteriors. Once again, this one just destroyed it. Simple engagement, shared it to her personal page as well. So, we're seeing an interesting pattern here. Whenever Angie shares a post to her personal page, it gets seen by 1,000 people. Wow. Share to your personal page. Look at this, 300 people clicked on these images. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Here's another simple this or that. This one has a bunch of pictures of this peel and stick wallpaper. Not as good reach, but let's be honest, this is over a 20% reach still. 30% reach on this one. It's huge. It's more than double. This one, no public shares. Never mind, can't analyze that. Ceilings trend, good post. This one didn't have any shares, but 23% reach rate. Phenomenal. So obviously you see Angie is doing a lot of every business activity, a little bit of business activity she's posting. She's doing a lot of interior design stuff that happens to be a passion of hers, so she's doing a great job just sticking with her passions, and that's also something that we've seen just from the data today that, it performs well. That kind of performs well with her page audience. So she's found this kind of niche, right, of a type of content, and she's just hammering it. So 24% reach rate on this one, 8 comments. It's a really good engagement. If you notice, every time someone comments on one of her posts, she is either replying or liking it. Every time. She doesn't even miss one. Here's a short video. A successful @ tag. Woo! This is her monthly drawing video. Interestingly enough, look at the reach on this. Short videos like this on Facebook tend to be your worst performing posts. And that's not just for Angie, that's for any person. I would say keep doing it. It's fun, it's easy. You could go live with this too. I don't know if this was live. It doesn't look like it. Would have set it up here. I would have maybe gone live. Facebook prefers live videos, but this is the lowest reach we've seen so far, and it's on a video. So everybody's talking about video content and how important it is. It's not all that important if you're not doing long format videos. So focus on long format videos. Here's another short video for her monthly drawing. Great. I would say keep doing this type of post, but once again, let's look at the reach rate. Once again, those 2 videos, interestingly enough, were her worst performing posts of the month so far. Kind of fascinating because we're trained to believe based on the hype out there that videos are everything. And then you got to create videos, but actually a lot of times those short videos are our worst performing posts. All right, we're not going to keep going, but you can see that Angie is continuing to kind of hit this interior design strategy. Here's something about her own bathroom, performed really well. But I would encourage you guys to go and follow the Troxel Team's Facebook page because you can learn a ton about how to create a very original and homemade social media strategy. If you're already posting a lot using an automated posting service or something, Angie's a great person to kind of teach you how to start coming up with some of your own content you can use to supplement. Or if you don't want to do that and you just want to be 100% authentic with your audience, then this is a great way to just learn how someone has figured out the messaging and the type of content that her audience really loves, and she just cranks it out day after day. I'll leave you with one thing. This is an interesting thing that I know Angie does. Every day before she goes to bed, she actually doesn't go to sleep until she has jumped on her phone and done a whole bunch of social media engagement. So this is where she's commenting, liking, sharing, messaging people on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. She uses all three of those. But that is, you don't have to do it in bed, but that's a time when a lot of times you have your phone there with you, so it's a good time to just get it done. But I would encourage every agent to do that every day. All those little micro interactions are helping you maintain a sort of a virtual relationship with those people. So that is a huge way to maintain your connection to your audience, and you're here for free with only a small amount of time input every day. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like our Facebook page so you get alerts for these videos. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. A lot of these videos go up there too. We post some longer format videos on YouTube actually, some webinars if you want to go check those out. If you have any requests for video topics, feel free to put those in the comments. And thank you. We'll see you again later this week for our next video.